So are we not ready? Is that it? We're not quite ready yet.
I've been ready. What the hell are you waiting for?
I guess I'm ready.
All right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is another Sunday, and it means it's the Chinlock, DigitalDailyFix.com's weekly episodic video game podcast, brought to you by Spreaker.com. And apologies for the late start. I had some computer issues that I needed to work out, so that's done. We're here. And it's a very special Chinlock because we're going to have some finality after this show. And then next week we'll start anew. We'll get more into that later, but how the fuck is everybody?
I don't know, this weekend was pretty chilly and rainy. It only got to like 65, so I wasn't able to go out and get a lot of stuff done.
Oh, whatever.
But it really did rain throughout the weekend, and it was pretty chilly for Texas standards.
That's it. I guess everybody else was dead.
Yeah, well, I am.
I mean, I'm having to dance around, construction workers as they destroy and then rebuild my bathroom.
Are they then, after they restore it to its former glory or new glory, are they going to then destroy it in the sense that they're going to take a massive dump in it?
No, that'll be my job.
Oh, they're not allowed to christen their hard work?
Nope, I am.
All right, so have you been peeing in the sink the whole time they've been doing this?
No, we have a toilet in the basement.
Oh, that's not as much fun.
Yeah, fuck you.
What he doesn't know is there's no sewage hooked up to that toilet. He's just peeing into porcelain.
There is, actually.
Yeah, you keep trying to convince us of that. That's fine.
I don't have to convince you.
Just a toilet in the middle of the basement. No walls, no doors.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the only kind?
It's the only toilet. Wait, you're telling me in Texas that every toilet has no walls?
Well, I would think that rule would just apply to basement toilets, and there's not very many houses with basements down here.
Fair enough. All right, let's before this gets even more derailed. We got to move on.
Hey, Timothy.
Yes?
Would you like to give us an update as to what time it is?
I guess. It's time for news! Yeah, forgive me, I'm rather depressed, but we'll get into that later. But Dixie Carter made a major announcement on Impact Wrestling recently, where they would be taking Impact on the road for the majority of shows for the foreseeable future, as their release at the Impact Zone is coming up, and so they're doing their last one night only shows at the end of March, and then moving out onto the road. And WWE's, I guess, dick move is to try and book those mid-sized venues that TNA may be looking at, so then TNA cannot book there, and maybe run shows the same night in those areas.
I just want like a team of like bulldozers to bulldoze the Impact Zone and put the Hall of Fame right there.
Well, I like the idea that they're traveling. I'm curious.
Yeah, those shows seem to be a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes, like where they are going to travel, what they consider their hot markets, everything like that. Whether the Impact Zone is done, it sounds like it's done because their contract runs out in March, so they're kind of cramming in all those pre-recorded pay-per-views.
Well, they ran out of tickets for the Hulk ride.
Yeah, free passes are gone.
That's all right. They'll show up, in the next couple of weeks at the North Point Flea Market.
Oh, yeah.
The old MCW stomping grounds.
Well, there's that. There's the Dew Burns Arena, I guess, where ROH records all their shows. I don't know. I don't see it coming to Maryland for some reason because they never really, when they did house shows, they never came here.
They only go to Salisbury and Salisbury.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they totally were in Salisbury.
But I mean, it's a good move for them. It's going to create hotter crowds. I know that they are. What are they recording? Like 2 shows at every location, so they're doing a live one and then recording one.
Yep, the old WWE model.
Okay. I mean, I guess that may be worrisome as far as Helmick's point of recording back to back and tiring out the crowds.
Yeah, but I still think the trade-off that you're getting, because you're actually making money off of the gate.
Yeah.
And for the one show that you have, your live show, if you make that the bigger show or the better show, you can kind of space things out. I think it's a great move for them. I think it's something that they should have done a few years ago.
Yeah, it's overdue for sure.
But I do know that their first stop will be Chicago when they start doing live shows.
And that's where they'll debut fucking Colt Cabana.
If only.
Yeah. Like, hey, surprise everybody, Colt Cabana in Chicago.
All right. In news that, if you care, Jeff Hardy has signed a long-term contract with TNA that's set to go through February of 2015.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm not one of his preachers.
Yeah,
more importantly, when is he dropping that belt?
Hopefully soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
I guess good for TNA. I mean, the only winning side really is TNA. They keep their biggest grossing star on their roster. I guess Jeff Hardy wins in the fact that it's an easy schedule. I'm sure if the WWE had true interest in him, they could have worked something out to give him more money and comparable dates to where Brock probably a little bit more than what Brock Lesnar gets, but if he really wanted like a big paycheck, but I mean mainly it's good news for TNA as a company just to have the merchandise sales stay for at least another 2 years, or until he cracks out.
Yeah, I mean, and that will help them out, and I don't see the WWE making a big play for Jeff Hardy or even really wanting to run the risk of having any more trouble with him. I mean, with the guys that they have now, I don't think Jeff Hardy's a really big improvement, or even in the ways of drawing power. I don't think he would add that much to what they're doing right now.
I mean, I wouldn't think of it in that sense where he's like a big draw or anything. Like I agree with what you're saying for the most part. I just think if they are reacting to TNA going on the road by trying to book small arenas or something like that, then I wouldn't put it past them to try to sign their biggest star.
No, yeah, I could say that. I mean, if they start getting some traction.
Yeah, I just find it funny that they're calling arenas because TNA wouldn't be doing any arena that WWE would be doing. Like WWE does arenas that can seat 13 to maybe 30,000 people for a Raw or any other TV show. TNA would be trying to book things that at the max would hold 10,000 people, but probably more around the 5,000 to 7,000 mark.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they are calling up areas and trying to push competition out the door.
Well, with a lot of the SmackDown taping, live taping attendance they've been getting, they could probably run a few of those in the 5,000 to 7,000, seat range for the buildings. But I don't think Vince would want to do that just because of his ego itself.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm sure they're a big enough company to where they get, they're going to get a good deal on the gate and on the concessions and however they work any of that stuff out.
Yeah. I think TNA will really thrive in getting smaller arenas that are looking to branch out into more entertainment. Like, we show like high school basketball games, but we'd really like to show wrestling, or like places that have some credibility for wrestling. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be looking for bingo halls. It'll definitely be bigger than that, given where they've gone in previous live impacts at other locations.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. NXT star Corey Graves is set to be the next rookie that WWE Development's possibly going to be calling up. For those who don't know, Corey Graves' gimmick is essentially he's pretty much an anarchist. He hates the man, and he's CM Punk light, okay, but more greasy.
I can't wait to see him tagging with Fandango.
Yeah.
God, that latest promo was awful.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oh my God, Fandango's latest promo. Fucking Christ, that was bad. Where's Cassius Ohno? Like, I want him on TV.
At the dentist.
Yeah. Yeah, Howard took my answer.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I want him on TV.
Well, I will say at the rate one of WWE superstars is going, they may be going off TV or the way of Ken Anderson, because The Miz has made headlines, but not the good kind like you want, because during the house shows this past weekend, he was doing a match with CM Punk, and he was doing a suplex and botched it to almost to the point where he injured CM Punk. So slowly but surely, The Miz is becoming Ken Anderson.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't say that I would necessarily be heartbroken if this guy were taken off of TV for a while. But, yeah, I mean, if you're botching suplexes, I mean, that's something that they usually teach you pretty early on in wrestling school. So, yeah, I mean, they gotta figure out what they're gonna do with that guy quick before he ends up really hurting somebody.
Yeah, I didn't catch that article before we went on the air, so I was kind of catching myself up. Okay.
Yeah, whoa.
Has been detected.
That's weird.
I know, it's the Miz. Get away.
Yeah, I know. I was on WrestleView and that came up. That's weird.
So yeah, in one move, The Miz has made Sin Cara seem as reliable as Bret Hart.
Oh, good old Sin Cara.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. Looks like they were setting up for a spot where him and Ryback were both doing stalling suplexes, and when Miz came back, instead of dropping, apparently they said he lost his balance, and instead of dropping Punk on his back, he dropped him on his head. Punk came back and finished the match. And yeah, it looks like he just basically hit him with a stiff brainbuster, like where he just didn't protect him and his head hit the ground. Yeah, that's not good, especially when CM Punk is one of the top 2 drawing stars in the company.
Yeah. But I will say this: if this does result in the end, or at least a significant break for those Miz TV segments, it's a worthy sacrifice, Punk. And I would like to thank you.
Yeah, Miz TV is pretty awful, except when Brock Lesnar comes in, beats the shit out of the Miz, and then throws all his furniture at him.
Yeah, because they're turning Brock Lesnar face.
They really are. Actually, they're treating Brock Lesnar the way he should have been treated his first run.
Yes, they are. And I'm enjoying it.
But at least they made the smart decision where he disappeared in August and is now just coming back, where most people aren't really going to have that run fresh in their memories. And it's going to easily be overshadowed by a man coming in and breaking Vince McMahon and beating the shit out of the Miz. All with not Mark Henry, all with Paul Heyman just yelling like, "Oh, don't do that."
Oh, we'll get into Mark Henry in a bit.
Oh, we will.
But that'll do it for news.
That'll do it for news?
That'll do it for news.
All right. Fair
Unless
enough.
I left out something, you want to add something?
No, I was just asking. I mean, there's nothing really left out. The only thing is, while I was looking at, it's not really left out, but something that I saw as far as a headline while going through WrestleZone trying to find stuff about The Miz and CM Punk. It was a short report on why there was a delay in the WWE signing El Generico. Apparently, it had to do with the TNA lawsuit between TNA and WWE.
Okay.
Let's see. As we have reported numerous times in the past, while there was a lawsuit ongoing between the two companies, the policy in WWE was to wait until the lawsuit ended before any talents were signed that had previously worked for TNA. Generico had several tryout matches with TNA in the past, so WWE informed Generico back in June that they originally wanted to sign him, that they wouldn't be able to move forward with negotiations until the lawsuit ended.
That's fair.
Even for a tryout guy, I don't know. It's understandable on WWE's side. I mean, you don't want to add any fuel to that fire. But I'm just like, I mean,
Come on, guy.
Yeah, the lawsuit is ridiculous enough already, but it's like, if TNA is really going to target WWE over hiring tryout talent that they basically had on there once or twice and then passed on. I mean, after that, when you pass on them, it's free reign for the other company to sign them. So,
yep.
But whatever. So all right. So Raw. Since we had a late start, I will try to have us push through these so we're not on super late. Helmick, give me something you liked on Raw.
Well, one thing I really liked on Raw was CM Punk's opening promo. Thought it was really good stuff. The guy's still keeping his heat, and he's still single-handedly continuing his feud with The Rock, which I think not everybody would necessarily be able to do, because you don't have that other guy there every week and every show to play off of. But I think Punk is strong enough on the mic where he's able to do that. And I liked how he went around and got, basically forced Cole to admit that, you didn't see Punk on the video with Heyman, and it's just really good stuff.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, they had to do something with Rock not being there for Raw. He will be back tomorrow night, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And,
har 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 via satellite. Har har har.
I didn't say it this time.
I didn't either. So
I did. I said it.
yes.
Okay. As long as we got that straight. What an asshole. What?
Huh?
Huh?
So anyway, Jack Swagger's back.
Yeah.
That was going to be one of my likes. He's angry.
Well, then go into it.
Well, he has moves like Swagger.
He let his hair grow out a little bit. He doesn't have the little boy haircut anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, and he renamed his finisher the Patriot Act, which is, I'm sure, has Kurt Angle rolling around in his grave right now, as Helmick would say.
Yeah, Kurt Angle rolling over in his grave.
And he beat the shit out of Santino, which, who doesn't? But you know what? I'm glad Swagger's back, because I never really hated him to begin with, and he needed to be gone for a while to get all that, all the losses and burying that he had over the last couple of years and start fresh. So I'm happy to see it.
Well, someone has to pick up the slack to beat up face jobbers that Alberto Del Rio's not doing right now.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that they brought him back as a heel, because for months, all the rumors, everything that and they were setting up everything with Cesaro. I mean, the writing was on the wall for him to come back as a babyface.
I think right now, in fairness, you're trying to set him up as someone credible in the ring, as opposed to being a face, considering all those losses.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's a good point. I still miss Swaggy the Eagle.
I don't.
I've been barking up that tree for years.
You have.
I do not miss Swaggy the Eagle, but
You can watch it on Thursdays.
Even though some people might consider it an easy scapegoat to bring him back as just a heel that's pissed off, for some reason I feel like he works it differently enough that it's unique to him and it fits.
I agree.
Like I like his look. I like the intensity. He busts out a few different moves that can look powerful, and then the message that he sends right after the match going straight over to Booker T. I thought all of that was really cool. I hope he makes it into the Elimination Chamber. Because right now we got
4.
Four. So we got Mark Henry. Who else?
Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, and Rey Mysterio.
Okay. So we got 2 more slots to fill, which could be, Swagger?
I'm going to make the assumption that it's Christian.
Christian? You think Christian's one of them?
I think, I'm like I said, I'm making the assumption that one of them is going to end up being Christian. I have nothing to base this on.
That would mean the last one would have to be Swagger or Orton.
Orton's already in it.
Did you say Orton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I for some reason I processed it as. All right, so wait, Mark Henry, Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Rey Mysterio. You said that.
Kane is not in it.
You said Kane though.
No, I did not.
Okay,
he did not say.
Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Wow, I was thinking Kane. I don't know. I guess when you said Daniel Bryan,
that's fair because of the promo last week, which made you think Kane was in it, but he had not. He has not been announced as being in the chamber.
Okay, so Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry, Randy Orton.
Yep.
Okay. And so the next 2 can be either. I mean, they haven't said Sheamus is out of the running for the chamber, but I'm guessing based on
he's going to be in the other chamber match, the tag team match.
But they haven't confirmed that is in a chamber yet. We're just hoping that it's in a chamber. Have they confirmed that it's in a chamber?
I don't know if they
Not
have
yet.
or not.
They haven't said
I don't think they
anything
have.
about it.
I think it's just going to be a 6-man tag.
I actually would kind of like it to be in the chamber because it'd be something different for it.
Have we had an Elimination Chamber tag team match?
No, but I keep praying for it.
No, it's only been a mode in like every SmackDown game for the past 8 years.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be kind of neat to have that.
Yeah. As long as the Great Khali isn't in the chamber for SmackDown, I'm fine.
Well, thanks to Mark Henry. One step closer for that not happening.
Yeah. Because it would lead me to believe that if Sheamus is not in there, and Sheamus or Randy Orton, neither of them are involved in the world title match, which is obviously going to be Big Show and Alberto Del Rio again, it leads me to believe that the rumored match of Orton and Sheamus for the belt is not going to happen, because I don't see them taking the belt off of Del Rio on a basic television show in the build-up to WrestleMania.
Plus, in fairness, Del Rio's face push right now is too strong to have that be stifled.
Yeah, it is gaining a lot of momentum. So I just, it leads me to believe that idea, while Sheamus and Randy Orton could happen as a match,
yeah, that's the way I'm leaning towards.
it doesn't seem like it's the World Heavyweight title match.
Nope.
No,
So-
and it shouldn't be.
With that, who do you think, like right now, if Del Rio's the champ heading into Mania, who does he face?
It could be a number of people. I thought of Mark Henry, and I tried to think of other heels in that who could be in that Elimination Chamber.
It can't be Show and Del Rio again.
No, it's not going to, because the Elimination Chamber match is a number 1 contenders match, pretty much.
Yeah.
You think Daniel Bryan versus Alberto Del Rio?
That's exactly the way I was going.
Hopefully.
I don't know if they would pull the trigger on it, because I think they're setting up Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Versus the Shield, yeah.
No. Daniel Bryan versus Kane.
Or Daniel Bryan versus Kane. I could see them going either way with it. But I think Del Rio and Bryan would be a really good, really fresh match.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be afraid of kind of getting suckered in like we did with Daniel Bryan and Sheamus last year.
I mean, I don't see that being a match that they would pull that 2 years in a row.
Oh, no. But I'm just saying that
Besides,
match where I could see those guys being able to go 15, 20 minutes, and on a stacked WrestleMania card like that, I could see them giving those guys like 8 minutes.
I think with those two, you're going to have more of a match that's more grounded and technical.
I see the top choice being Mark Henry.
Yeah, I can see that too, but I also thought about, like, all right, who's Ryback facing then? I figured Mark Henry would be a good choice.
Big Show.
Well, Big Show too, yeah. I forgot about Big Show. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, he could face Big Show. They could pull something out of left field entirely and have Brock Lesnar versus Ryback.
If only, but...
As of yet, Triple H has not made a peep or a show of anything. I mean, it could also be Punk versus Ryback because we don't know what's going on with Undertaker.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that'll be an interesting problem for the WWE to have if Undertaker is a no-go for Mania, and it's not him and Punk. Where does Punk go?
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting development as the weeks go on after Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, because I mean,
I'm still hoping that if they pull the trigger on Cena and Rock, that they throw Punk in there too.
I would see that as probably the best alternative because he's got involvement with both of them, and he could really boost the overall quality of that match.
And that way, The Rock doesn't have to get pinned to lose the belt.
Make it a triple threat.
Yeah, make it unique.
I don't
want to jump with the gun, but what if Punk beats Rock? Rock uses his rematch clause at Mania, and Cena uses his Royal Rumble win at Mania for that title. There's your triple threat right there.
That could certainly work. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the moment that Raw starts, the night after Elimination Chamber, that is the hype train to WrestleMania. I mean, I know Rumble starts the WrestleMania season, but the real hype is going to start that Monday Night Raw. So that's when we'll know.
We at least know Cena's not going to face Alberto Del Rio because that's too easy for him.
Yeah, because, oh, God. Fuck, man, that was one of the shittiest things I've ever heard a face say on the mic.
Monday Night Burial.
About another face. That's so disrespectful.
Burial roulette.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the thing that it pisses me off is that's technically not supposed to be John Cena's character. He's supposed to be the goody two shoes guy that has all the kids behind him and he's a hero and everything. I was expecting for The Rock. The Rock came out and he won the Royal Rumble and he was choosing, I would expect him to say like, oh, I could choose the world title and I'll lay the smackdown on Alberto Del Rio and beat his ass all over WrestleMania. That's fine. I can expect that for him or Austin or whatever, but the fact that just the way Cena said it, that was so shitty. That was so incredibly shitty.
What an asshole.
But no, I'm really curious to see where they go with the Chamber. I mean, there's a lot of guys in there that I'd be happy with. I think I'm trying to think because Swagger wouldn't make sense for a WrestleMania title match.
No, we already have a good idea where he's landing.
Yeah, Orton and Del Rio for the 80 millionth time. No, thank you.
And we still got Ziggles to
2010.
Yeah, we still don't know what Ziggler's doing. I mean, technically Ziggler has until the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But I think if they really want to make an impact, make him be the first guy to cash it in at WrestleMania. Be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But though at the same time, right now, he's not in a match at Elimination Chamber.
He's just not in anything.
So that could be the type of thing that sparks him to run out and cash in at the Elimination Chamber. You never know. maybe, I mean, keep it. This could be the push here. Could at this point could just be keeping him relatively off TV, like very little TV exposure, no real storyline progression, to push him to the background so that fans don't expect him to come out and cash in at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and a lot of Vince has been known to do stuff like that. I've never been a fan of that move because I just think that you end up people they don't expect it, but then they feel like they've just been kind of swerved for the sake of a swerve. When you get this guy who's had really no interaction with anybody over the last couple of months coming out winning the title. I mean, I think again Vince isn't the only guy who does that. I mean, bookers have done that type of stuff all the time, but I've always preferred at least somewhat of a build or somewhat of a clue, so this way fans who are on the fence about buying it could at least think, hey, Ziggler might cash it in. They've been hinting at it with these things. Let me pay my $50 or however much pay-per-views are now.
Yeah, but to me, even if he was on, I mean, and I'm not saying that keeping him off TV is a smart thing to do, but if they were to go the route of having him on TV constantly to hint at the fact that he might cash in, even though we like Ziggler, I don't think Ziggler's the type of name that he's going to have more fans drop the $50 onto a pay-per-view in hopes that he cashes in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If he was that kind of guy, like if he was if Rock had that briefcase and he said, "You better look out, I might cash in at the Elimination Chamber," him or Orton or Cena, Punk,
Brad Maddox,
fuck you,
Brock Lesnar, those are the guys that if they had a briefcase and it's been a while and they're kind of poking at it, those are the guys that are like, all right, I need to find out if he's actually going to pull the trigger tonight. Let me order the pay-per-view. Ziggler will have a few marks that'll be like, oh, I hope he does. But those same marks that support him are the ones that will just watch it for free on a stream.
Or they would buy the pay-per-view anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they'd already buy the pay-per-view anyway, but I mean, like you look at WrestleZone's comment section and you read how a lot of them, that's a lot of the internet wrestling crowd right there, and how if it's ever on the topic of ordering a pay-per-view, the comment section is filled with people that say, fuck that, I'll just watch it for free illegally. Like the common fan that would also be into Dolph Ziggler, for the most part, well, not the most part, but for a chunk of them are dickheads that just don't support the company. Not like us, who order the pay-per-views. We order the pay-per-views and we support Dolph Ziggler.
Always.
Yep. That's why we're going to WrestleMania.
Yes, we are. Well, I'm going 4 times.
Hey, I paid you for my ticket. So,
yeah, you did.
If anything, 2 of us are going.
Well, you and I will go twice.
All right.
We'll go 2 times.
Yeah. Well, should we let Tim go because he's just a victim of an empty promise?
No. He can drive us though.
I have to wait in the car.
He's just sitting in the car outside of the
Thanks
stadium.
for playing along, Tim. Yeah, you drive us up there.
Must be fun in there.
We'll give you $10 to go see a movie.
What's with all the noise in there? Hey, at least theaters will be empty. I can see anything I want.
Oh, maybe you can see Six Fast and Six Furious.
See a movie.
No.
Six Fast, Six Furious is not an April release.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Then you're screwed.
I wouldn't see it anyway.
You could go see G.I. Joe.
I could see G.I. Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
But I probably would have already seen it.
Hi, Matt. Since we're technically talking about him anyway. Just fucking around.
I'm not.
You're not, no. No, we will make you wait in the car regardless. I
know.
Even after he pays for your ticket.
I know, assholes.
We'll just give it to some guy we've never met before.
Yeah. So we spoke about it earlier. Brock Lesnar's return these past couple weeks. How have you felt about it?
Well, I've loved it because I hate The Miz.
And Vince McMahon.
I don't hate Vince, but he doesn't really need to be on TV anymore.
Well, he won't be for a while. Hip and whatnot.
Yeah. I just really don't want to see Triple H come back and take revenge for Pop.
Oh, that's what I could see while you're watching WrestleMania.
What?
Evil Dead. Comes out April 5th.
There you go.
Planning ahead.
Hey, maybe it's a swerve and he's facing Shane McMahon.
Whoa.
At least we'll get to watch Shane McMahon try to commit suicide.
I'm still holding out on the small brim of hope that now that he has signed a new Lesnar signed a 2-year deal?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I hope that means they go, well, we don't need to do Triple H versus Lesnar now.
No, they really don't need to do it now.
Anybody but him. I would take Ryback. I would take Punk. I would take
Heath Slater.
Undertaker. Those are my 3 alternatives.
Ah.
Undertaker, Ryback, Punk. Because I know I'm not getting Rock versus Brock, so apparently they're talking about doing that at SummerSlam. Which
That's cool.
I'd be okay with. That's the last time they fought anyway, was SummerSlam, like years and years ago.
Yep.
So I'd be okay with that. But God damn you, Howard.
Yeah, you're welcome for that.
Howard, how have you felt about Brock Lesnar's return?
It makes me feel feelings. And
do you know what those feelings
some changes that wanted to be changed, and I got them.
All right.
No, legitimately, I'm okay with it so far, but unfortunately, much like Cena winning the Royal Rumble, I feel that it is going to lead to something that I really don't want to see.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I know the start of last year, I really didn't want to see Triple H versus Undertaker again, and then they basically told me to kiss their collective asses.
Yeah, that
and
match
produced
was really good.
Yeah, they produced a match of the year candidate, or our match of the year. So, and Lesnar and Triple H are the type of talents that could do that. But I still would you got him. Take the opportunity before you start diving into rematches. Take the opportunity to create fresh, new, exciting matches with Brock Lesnar. That's my thing. You're just coming on to his first full year of a return. Don't already dive into a rematch. Don't make it John Cena, Triple H, and then Triple H again. Like, give me like another guy, and then give me another guy at SummerSlam, and then make it like Triple H versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. Like, then you can dive into it. But right now, it's just like I just feel like that them giving him a rematch is just them going, well, I don't know what to do. Just give him Triple H again.
Yeah, and I think this would be because you're already going to have The Rock and Cena in a rematch, so I think you probably can get away with, even if it's something that's not like the most high marquee match. I think you can give Lesnar somebody new to work with, because you're already going to have the big drawing power. With The Rock, you're going to have whatever The Undertaker's doing. So I think you can have Lesnar be the third, the number 3 match on the show.
Yeah. And I mean, there are other. It's not cut and dry. It's not clear cut that the opponent has to be Triple H at this point. Because right now, there is no WrestleMania match. There is no talk of a match at all for Brock Lesnar. He's just showing up and beating the shit out of people. So, they could take the time to really take him into whatever direction they want to. Beating up Vince McMahon doesn't necessarily mean Triple H has to be the one to go, hey, you just stop messing with my dad.
That's right. Let's have Stephanie McMahon wrestle Brock Lesnar.
There you go. Whatever.
Yep.
Linda McMahon.
No, Stephanie McMahon. I just want to see Brock Lesnar fuck her in front of everyone there at MetLife Stadium. And you know what?
Now I really do want to see Linda versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh my god. So I mean, I hope for that, and then I guess.
And the thing is, as much as someone say, "Hey, that's morally wrong," all the wrestlers in the back is like, maybe I want to watch this.
Jesus Christ. To get off of the fucking topic, I guess the last big thing for Raw, to me, would be the announcement of Bruno Sammartino going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's going to actually make the Hall of Fame, I think, really special and actually add a lot of credibility to it. Especially when you guys go to check out the Hall of Fame building, it's going to be awesome. I'm actually pretty jealous that I'm not going to get to go to the Hall of Fame building with you and see Bruno Sammartino and his name, his exhibit, and his plaque.
Right next to Pete Rose.
They always do. Yes, right next to Pete Rose. All the things that they do for the WWE Hall of Fame building.
That doesn't exist.
Wait, what?
In my mind, it does.
I mean, there's talks of them making one, but it's not made yet.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a long-running joke. I don't think they ever plan on having an actual building. Just want to keep teasing people that they're going to have an actual building.
Well, apparently Triple H told Bruno Sammartino himself that while it's not in the immediate future, they do plan to have a building.
Hooray!
Are you saying Triple H is a liar? Are you calling Paul Levesque a cheat and a steal?
Well, all I know is that Bruno Sammartino held the WWF title for like 8 years straight, which I can't even. I mean, it's not even fathomable to think. Punk had the belt for like 14 months, and I know it's a different product. I mean, Punk's working a lot more dates than in that year than Sammartino would have worked in probably 2 or 3 years, but. Like, even still, just, it's amazing to see how somebody could, carry a company for that long. And that was back when they were still just a Northeast company, a Northeast territory, really. So, I think that's really, a testament to Sammartino's ability and drawing power. Yeah. I kind of wish that would have been the main event, though, because I think that type of announcement would have been great for people who have been following the business for a long time to see it. But in another way, I'm glad they didn't, because with the overrun, I wouldn't have been able to see it.
It might still be the main event.
Well, the announcement wasn't the main event of Raw this week.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you meant for the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry.
Oh no. He should definitely be the main inductee to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Even he's definitely the marquee name. I mean, him, Backlund, and Mick Foley probably
and Trish Stratus.
Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Mick Foley are probably make up one of the most legit Hall of Fame classes they've had in a while. Now, for the women's division, yes, Trish Stratus is up there, but I'm just saying. Trish Stratus is not as monumental as getting Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Mick Foley in the same class.
No, it's not. But I had to throw her in since she is, going with them.
Yes, and she deserves it. I mean, she deserves it right up there with Fabulous Moolah and like Mae Young. So if there's any other woman out there deserving, it's her. Maybe one day if they'll do Alundra Blaze.
Lita.
Yeah, Lita.
That's about it right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is really the first Hall of Fame class in a while where I've looked at it and thought, like everybody who they're putting in really does deserve to be there.
Yeah. So that was good. That was really exciting. Oh
right, and Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. Well, and Sherry Martell's already in.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and then the overrun was essentially the Shield standoff with John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback.
That tame thing.
It did a good job of pushing that potential matchup for the pay-per-view.
And Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox getting annihilated was pretty great. I mean, I was glad that it worked out the way that it did, so that it wasn't just the Shield getting flattened by these three big faces. They were still.
I was really surprised that they kept beating people up.
Yeah.
As they were coming out.
Yeah.
So.
I was very pleased with how that worked, but I felt for that Monday Night Raw, when you finally land your golden goose of getting Bruno Sammartino in the Hall of Fame, I don't see how you don't end a Raw with that. That's just me. Yeah, I mean, they saved it as the segment right before the main event, which is fine. But still, I just feel that's huge. So. All right, Tim.
I also want to say that I'm hoping this means that the Honky Tonk Man and Demolition will be inducted soon.
How does Bruno Sammartino link to them?
Oh, because Demolition's the longest reigning tag team champions for a whole title reign, and Honky Tonk's the longest reigning Intercontinental champion.
No.
Well, all right, fine. That's a good connection.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You actually did well with that.
Plus, all three of them, like all three units, are awesome.
Yeah. Well, Tim, I hope you enjoy this Impact segment you have. I hope you give it your all, because it's your last one.
No! I ran out of breath.
All right, moving on to SmackDown. No, seriously though. But to give everybody a refresher for anyone that's wondering, like, what are they talking about?
Me and Helmick are seers. We predict the future, and the future has passed.
Yes. We've had We've had TNA on this show since the beginning. And we've had instances where Helmick and Tim have predicted things to a degree of accuracy that no one else has been able to do.
Without being on the actual booking team.
Yes, without being on the actual...
Well, Timothy, you are on the booking team. You can be honest with us now.
So...
Still waiting for that check, Dixie.
We've had certain developments with TNA as far as watching it that I've tried to pull it off the show, and both of these gentlemen have fought me tooth and nail. And I left it there content, no issues, until the day that Helmick stated if Jeff Hardy won the TNA title, that he would no longer watch TNA until Hardy dropped it. Which was a part of a prediction that they both felt that Jeff Hardy was going to come out of nowhere and win this belt, and he did through one of the most ridiculous, stupid fashions that I've seen of TNA trying to tell an emotional story and completely failing. They also laid down claims that Devon was going to be in Aces and Eights, and they were right. Then they laid down the claim that, and this was months and months ago,
back in August. Back in August. I can tell you the exact week.
Yeah, way before these guys were ever rumored or announced or anything. They also made the prediction that Garrett Bischoff was going to be in there. Did you also say Wes Briscoe or just Garrett?
We didn't say Wes Briscoe at the time, but
I thought Wes Briscoe was pretty much a given.
Okay.
Considering his hairstyle anyway, so it's already
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I still think that because obviously Vince and Dixie listened to the show.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that this may have been a self-fulfilling prophecy because Dixie was probably listening to us and thought, Devon and Garrett, those are some good ideas. Nobody will ever see that coming.
Except you guys did.
Yeah.
You saw Garrett Bischoff and you saw Wes Briscoe, and I had made the statement after Devon was revealed as a member of Aces and Eights that if those two are revealed, TNA is off of this show until Jeff Hardy drops the belt. I was not unreasonable. I will say that. I gave you guys until his title reign ends, and then you can go back to TNA, and TNA will be back on this show. But until then, I get a break.
Until then, Timothy gets a break.
Timothy gets a break. He's still going to watch it.
Yeah, because otherwise I'll be lost when it comes back.
He's not going to take a break.
No, well, there's a big difference between watching a show and then having to take notes and get ready to review a show.
Yeah, so regardless, this is the last Impact segment we will have until Jeff Hardy is no longer TNA champion. Then Helmick and Tim together will return to TNA. Do you guys know what you'll be covering in its stead, or are we just doing Raw and SmackDown?
I agreed to NXT.
That'll work.
All right, so we'll talk NXT.
And I've been watching it for the past 3 weeks.
All right. So until then... I'm sorry, go on.
I will have to catch up.
All right, so until then, Tim, give us your final review of TNA Impact Wrestling.
Fuck you.
To me or TNA?
TNA.
Okay.
That is all. No, seriously. I didn't watch the opening segment of this show because I was walking the dogs when the show started. So I'm going to assume Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe said, ha ha ha, we're in Aces and Eights, ha 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 ha. Just like that. Bob Van Tam, Zema Ion, and Kenny King had a match. I don't have to tell you who won the match because fuck Bob Van Tam.
So Kenny King won, right?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Let's see. Just to double check and make sure who took the pin. I believe it was Zema Ion. Load fast. The thing will come up here. Yeah, it was Zema Ion. Then there was a recap of British Boot Camp, which was a TNA equivalent to Tough Enough in Britain.
Wait, hang on.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so they have British Boot Camp, and they have Gut Check. And this is just... They have way too much fish in the frying pan. I'm sorry, go ahead. I was just trying to work my way through why they're having another talent show competition.
Well, Jesse Goddard's made the mistake of challenging anyone into the back, and James Storm answered the call. Now I don't think I have to tell you how that match went down.
Was it just like
Very
the last
well.
time? Was it just like when Crimson issued a challenge to anybody in the back, and then Cowboy James Storm came out and whooped his ass?
Yeah, but shorter.
Oh, okay. So it was better than a Crimson match.
I guess, but I still had to watch Jesse Goddard's, and I'd rather watch Crimson as opposed to Jesse Goddard's.
Man, Jesse Goddard's, you're really fucking bad.
Wait, so he wrestled Crimson?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I checked. I'm gonna turn my mic back off.
You're forgiven.
I'm gonna turn my mic back off.
Okay. See, the next segment is the tag team title match between Los Guerreros and Hernandez versus Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. And a really, really good match that probably should have been on a pay-per-view, but was in England. And Austin Aries and Bobby Roode are your new tag team champions.
Yeah, this is
in a fantastic finish. I have to describe it, where essentially Bobby Roode and Austin Aries got into a little shoving match and argument and Roode left ringside and left Austin Aries alone. Chavo was giving Aries the three amigos, and then Bobby Roode comes back in to break it up, and so Bobby Roode throws Chavo Guerrero into the corner. He Irish whips Austin Aries from one ring post towards Chavo Guerrero to do his corner drop kick. And as Chavo comes out of the corner drop kick, Bobby Roode hits Chavo with the spine buster, and then Austin Aries hits the 450 splash for the win.
That sounds awesome. This is the one thing I'm really mad at TNA about. Yeah, for chasing me off like this, is because I really want to see these guys as a tag team. You know, they've had a lot of experience in tag teams in the past. They're both great workers. They're both great talkers. I think this could be a really entertaining team, and I'm not getting to watch it because Jeff Hardy blows, and I gotta be a man of my word and not watch it.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Thanks, Dixie.
You're welcome.
Let's see. There was a knockouts match that no one gave two shits about. JB was in the ring breathing heavily for some unknown reason. I don't know why. They've been in England for the entire time, so even though it's a taped show, so I don't know why he's breathing heavily. To introduce everyone to Rockstar Spud, who was the winner of British Boot Camp, and he gets, to say the least, introduced to the Robbies abruptly, and Robbie E makes some jokes about the English-speaking people, and forgets Rob Terry is actually from England. So
he's from Wales.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry.
You don't watch it anyway, so how would you know?
I don't give two shits about that.
So, are they finally teasing a breakup of the Robbies, or was
I
this
don't
just
know.
more like
I hope they don't.
Segment?
I hope they don't break them up because I enjoy their antics.
Yeah, I do like them together too.
And so, in a rematch from Bound for Glory, you have Bully Ray and Sting versus Devon and Doc, who, without their masks, I should say, are in this match. But it's a tables match, so that makes it all the more better. And I don't think I have to tell you who wins this match.
Well, obviously,
Crimson.
Yeah, returning Crimson.
Oh, if only. But no, Bully Ray in Sting face paint power bombs Devon, or I should say, gives Devon a spine buster through one of the tables, and wins.
Devon got the table.
He did get the table. But Tish.
I love the fact that of those four guys, Devon is the one taking the table bump.
Goddamn.
As for final predictions on the road to lockdown, I'm going to make the bold prediction that Bully Ray, who's going to face Meth Hardy in this cage, will beat Meth Hardy, and then we'll find out he is a member of Aces and Eights. Because I've told myself that Meth Hardy is probably going to lose that title to a member of Aces and Eights, and this actually would make sense considering Hulk Hogan's mistrust of Bully Ray, and that been dragging on for a long time. So this would actually be the entire culmination of it.
It would also make sense since I had just taken TNA off the show, and they're just like, well, all right, got it. We can't have Tim not talk about TNA, guys. Let's get the belt off Jeff.
Well, my prediction is going to be the exact opposite, where they're going to make it look like Bully Ray is going to join Aces and Eights, and then, bam, Meth Hardy's going to turn heel and start riding a motorcycle.
Oh, so this
Helmick,
isn't the returning biker taker?
Helmick, I should tell you that Vince Russo doesn't work for them anymore. We don't get those kind of swerves anymore.
Okay, so
Sting.
All right, so maybe
maybe
yeah, or maybe Meth Hardy will be like an honorary member like Taz, where he won't ride a motorcycle. He'll still wear all the same regular gear,
and
he'll just talk. He'll just talk about aces and eights all the time,
and have an ironclad contract.
Bulletproof.
Yeah. Teflon Taz.
Teflon Taz. Fuck him.
Damn.
Well, Timothy, it sounds like you're getting a TNA break just in the nick of time, because you're sounding like the way I was sounding toward the end of my run with them.
Any parting words you want to leave to Dixie Carter or TNA or anything else?
Still waiting on that paycheck, Dixie.
Poor Timothy Wang Yang. Guy just can't get a check.
Why would you do that to me, Helmick?
Because she didn't pay you, just like she didn't pay Jimmy Wang Yang.
So you know what? There wasn't really a lot on SmackDown.
Well, you did have
Mark Henry wrestled Randy Orton.
I was gonna say let's.
I was actually going to phrase it as Mark Henry reopens the Hall of Pain.
Yes. So instead of talking about SmackDown, let's just talk about the fact that Mark Henry's back.
But Jack Swagger murdered Justin Gabriel, and Tenside danced with Brodus Clay.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. Well, you guys can definitely talk.
And
about
Antonio Cesaro gave Sin Cara an uppercut.
He did.
That sounds like that's about it.
All right, now we can talk about Mark Henry.
All right. Anything else from SmackDown?
Oh right, Alberto Doro dumped an orange bucket of Nickelodeon paint on Big Show.
Well, that's because Big
Show
Show
stole the wheels off his bus.
Well, that's because Big Show always needs to get dumped with something. Poop, paint, whatever.
A combination of both.
Poopy paint.
Poo paint.
Paint poo.
See, they really missed an opportunity there because they could have done a crossover with Nickelodeon where, Big Show could have ran outside and they could have asked him, Big Show, where are the wheels to your bus? And he could have said, I don't know. And then Del Rio could have poured the paint all over him. And it could have been they could have made it like a green slime, and then Nickelodeon could have brought back, you can't do that on television.
So Mark Henry. Who else was glad to see him back on Monday and then SmackDown?
I was extremely happy to see this guy back.
I actually felt sorry for Titus O'Neil.
And boy, did he come back looking more pissed off than he ever has.
He never left.
Yeah.
I never left.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. I apologize, Mr. Henry. You never left. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh God.
Yeah, dude just came in, picked up right where he left off, and it was really the best way to bring him back too.
Yeah.
This is my ring.
Yelling and screaming. They gave him the Vader bomb.
He didn't use it this week, but that's okay.
That's fine. He used it on Raw. They gave him the Vader bomb, and that's probably the best thing they could have done for him. Oh man, glad to have you back, Mark. So happy. He came back looking ridiculous, and he beat Orton clean. He beat him clean.
Yeah, and I think that is really, I think that's really telling, as to what their plans are going to be for Henry going forward.
Yeah, how does that not say, well, there's your SmackDown #1 contender?
Well, because there's still room for Santino in the chamber.
Oh.
He's not a former World Heavyweight Champion.
Yet.
I know.
What did they say? It was only going to be former champions?
Yep.
Oh.
So they did that last year. Is that the new thing for the chamber now?
I don't know.
This year.
Okay.
I'm saying that this year because there's no titles in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no titles in any chamber match this year. All title matches will be out as one-on-one matches.
I like that because as you all know, the Elimination Chamber is not my favorite match.
No. No, I understand. But I feel that this year, if they, the number one contendership in the chamber makes sense, and if they were to put the 6-man tag in the chamber, I think that also makes sense. So.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get your use out of that cage. I mean, Eric Bischoff spent so much money on it.
Yeah.
It would just be kind of a waste to not use it ever.
And I think it'll be exciting to see Rock versus Punk too. I really liked their match at the Rumble. Like overall, I thought they had a really good match. So the whole reversal and restart and everything was a little weird. I guess it was expected. But I thought the match was good. I thought the match was better than Rock and Cena at WrestleMania last year. I don't know if I'm the only one in that.
No, I thought it was a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And given Punk's track record with new opponents, it always seems like his second match with them is way better than the first. Because then he has an idea of what they can and cannot do, and him and the opponent like pull things off together. So, like, him and Jericho was really good at Mania, but I felt their match was way better at Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Well, they also were able to have they were also able to have the type of match at Extreme Rules that they were really building up to. They were building up to, the big, bloody street fight, and at Mania they were pretty much forced to have a more traditional match. So, I think the booking and the timing got them a little bit at Mania.
Yeah.
But their match on Raw was also fantastic.
Yeah, and to find out that they only had about an hour to put that match together, if that, is ridiculous. It's like if Jericho and Punk can put that kind of match together in 30 minutes to an hour, what are they going to do with just imagine what they can do with just months. Which we've seen before, but still, that's ridiculous. But I mean, overall, I think Elimination Chamber is shaping up to be a pretty solid card. I think Del Rio and Big Show they've actually been putting together a very interesting feud.
Big Show has been awesome.
But I do enjoy the logic.
Yeah.
By logic, I mean Del Rio loses to Sheamus 3 months, Sheamus loses to Big Show for 2 months, and Del Rio beats Big Show. That kind of logic. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I mean, I got to give them credit because this is the first long-term Del Rio feud that I felt is still okay to move forward.
Give me more.
Yeah. Like they're doing a good enough job with everything to be like, like keep going. So that'll be good. Rock and Punk 2 will be good. The 6-man tag I think will be very, very entertaining, especially if it's in a cell or in the chamber. I think the SmackDown chamber is shaping up so far to be pretty solid. And then whatever they throw in between, whether it's another Miz Cesaro, whether Brock Lesnar will have a segment, whatever they want to do. I think it'll shape up to be a pretty solid card. So we're still a few weeks away, though. Well, like 2 weeks, or is it? It's not.
I think it's next Sunday.
Next Sunday. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And TNA is off till lockdown, which is a couple months, even though they have the recorded pay-per-views.
Yeah, that I'll forget about.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, whatever. So, anything else from this week? Anybody wants to bring up?
Vicky Guerrero will probably have 1 or 2 months left before she's removed.
Why do you say that?
Remember the Miz TV segment? Vicky Guerrero brought up that she was the one who re-signed Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she was only meant to be temporary anyway.
Yeah, but this is the way to get her out when the time comes.
Yeah, I agree. Do we want to do?
Tensai is dancing his way into our hearts.
He is.
You know what?
Yes,
I'm okay with it.
as long as he changes to the hip hop hippo,
Oh, that's a given.
the Funkasaurus and the hip hop hippo,
Yeah, I put that together too in my head. But yes, gimme.
and then they can be a tag team called the Funky Animals.
Aww.
What?
No, I'm not growing for that.
Well, then what do you want? Oh, you're growing for something else.
Yeah,
What are you growing for?
don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
How about the Hipposaurus?
What?
The Hipposaurus.
The Hipposaurus.
Oh man, maybe Tensai could eat Hornswoggle.
People want to do polls this week, or you want to hold off and do them next week?
Do polls. We haven't done them in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 for polls.
You know what? I'm going to go against the grain and say no.
Well, we're already outnumbered and everything. So
Not if you say no.
I'm not tying it. I don't know.
Then we can tie, and then we can debate about whether we should or shouldn't.
And then that's just going to prolong the show even more.
Yeah, the amount of time that we debated, we could have just done them. That's why it's funny.
Yeah. Well, then, you know what, Tim? Oh, no.
Donuts.
No.
I thought I was
How
gonna
about? How about we should?
What did you
How
think
about
I
we
was going to do, Tim? What did you think?
give me Howard's ticket.
I'm not going to give you... I can't
I
give
have
you
all of
Howard's
them.
ticket. He has... he has all of them. He's the one that ordered them.
They
I
have
didn't
my
know.
name on them.
I didn't know.
You know, well, Tim, since you want to do them, you got to post them on the site.
Let's see.
See if you can... Do you know how to do this? Have you done polls on the site before?
No, I have not. But I'm just gonna type down the polls and work on it afterwards.
Okay.
All right.
However you
So
want to do it.
best. Actually, you know what? That is why I created. No, I don't need that. Best wrestler. Go.
Mizark Henry.
Oh, that's obvious. Come up with
I
something
know.
different.
Jack Swagger.
See, there we go. There's something different.
You know what? Tensai.
You got it. I'm putting down Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. All right. Worst wrestler. Go.
Tensai.
I don't. Try again.
Lord Tensai.
Oh, goodness.
Titus O'Neil.
Oh, that's not fair to Titus O'Neil, but okay.
It's not. But
Kane.
Are you sticking with Tensai, Howard?
No. I'm going to go with The Miz because he doesn't know how to do a figure 4.
Done. And he almost hurt CM Punk.
I don't care about that.
Did Kane lose on SmackDown?
He
he
did.
did.
And he lost on Raw, too, right?
Yep.
Kane.
Yep. All right. And there's Jesse Godder's best.
He said it. Just got hers.
All right. Best segment.
Brock Lesnar annihilating Miz TV.
All right, I got one. This one's really good. Brock Lesnar annihilating Miz TV.
Oh, man, it gives me a great idea for mine. Brock
Really?
Lesnar hitting The Miz with a couch.
Oh, that's awesome.
He never hit him with the couch, so you're wrong.
Was this past Monday the start
He hit him with something.
Yeah, he hit him with the director's chairs.
Was this
Whatever.
Was this past Monday the start of Tensai's face turn?
It was last week, but
Okay.
Last week.
But you can still go with it this week.
I guess
have it on
technically you
SmackDown.
could. I was just asking. I mean, I already gave mine.
How about the annihilation of Brad Maddox?
Okay.
I was also going to go with Bruno Sammartino's video package for his induction.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you can just say Bruno Sammartino being inducted. I mean,
That's what I was going to go with, seriously.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one too.
Put Brad Maddox in there, too.
That's one helmet can take.
Yeah.
I put them both down.
Okay. That'll work.
Let's see, and I have to come up with one for TNA. Fuck. Wasn't ready for this.
Let's go with Brad Maddox. Or no, go with me not having to watch it. And me as in you. I don't give a shit about it.
Mark Henry's return. I mean, if there's really nothing that good on TNA, you don't have to do TNA. You can do Mark Henry's return.
No, I can figure something out. Okay, I got it. The finish to the tag title match.
Is that really considered a segment? I mean, don't we usually save segments for like...
I'm gonna give him this one because when TNA has a lackluster show, it's hard to even remember a segment to nominate for anything.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I mean, you're right, but in this case, I'm willing to give our boy a pass.
All right, he's already losing TNA, so I guess I can give him a pass for...
All right, WTF moment.
I really did write Lord Tensai dancing his way into our hearts.
Raw active fail.
Dances his way into our hearts. Raw active fail.
I don't know yet.
Jesse got... Nope, I got it. British Boot Camp. Okay, waiting on you, Howard.
I don't know.
Let's see. You could have Alberto Del Rio desperately pandering to the crowd on Raw.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. What else? What else you got for me?
Let's see. I'm trying to think, because that was my backup if somebody took Tensai. So I'm trying to think of what else I was like. I thought was really dumb. Not a whole lot of stuff was like really god awful this week.
It could be maybe what we've been talking about before with San Martino's induction not ending Raw.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Raw. And I know it started as Fast Words, but let's do best match, since I did best wrestler first.
Punk versus Jericho.
Blah.
Yep. I already know what I'm putting down.
Guessing the tag match?
Yeah. I thought it was obvious. I was hoping someone else would speak up while I was typing.
Okay, I will go with Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio.
That also was a good match.
But I'm voting for Punk and Jericho.
Alright. Howard?
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Ryback versus Cesaro.
That was my number 3.
Because they beat the shit out of each other.
James Storm versus Jesse Goddard's. Worst match, go ahead.
Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett. I just did not give a shit.
You did not.
As soon as they were the entrance, I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't care.
Nope.
Next.
The Great Khali versus...
Oh, damn it!
No, you go ahead. You go ahead and take that one, Howard. You go ahead.
I don't know if I want to. Yeah, fuck it. I'll take it.
I was already typing.
I like how we were both going there.
You're both racing to say it first.
But we were both kind of hesitant, too. Like, oh, Great Khali again. I feel like... I feel kind of bad. Like, I feel like...
No,
I feel
don't
like...
feel bad. You shut your mouth. You bury him.
No, because at some point...
Give Triple H back his shovel.
No, because at some point, Great Khali's going to see how often he gets nominated for like worst match and worst wrestler, and he's going to start crying on TV. Then I'm going to feel awkward. It's like in elementary school when you would all pick on the weird kid until the weird kid cried, and then it wasn't fun anymore. that's what I feel like I'm doing with the Great Khali. So
Wow.
I will say my worst match. Give me a second with this one here. I will say Kane and the Big Show.
Done and done.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you start checking tomorrow, I'll just say tomorrow. They'll be up tonight, but I'll just say, if you're listening to us live and it's Sunday night, give us till Monday. Monday, the polls will be up. If you're listening anytime during the week, go straight to digitaldailyfix.com and look for our Chinlock post for all the polls that you can vote on, and we will discuss the winners next week, which will end up being our Elimination Chamber show.
It sure will.
So we'll discuss Elimination Chamber, give predictions, and so on and so forth. Until then, look forward soon to the next episode of Crisis Cast, where Tim and I talk about Marvel Now books. I don't remember what came out in January that we're
let's see. It was Superior Spider-Man, New Avengers.
That was January, okay.
New Avengers, Young Avengers, and 2 other books. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure I know one of them, but again, I don't remember off the top of my head.
All right, so we got that. We will have this week posted and up. We already recorded it, so if you listen through Spreaker.com, you may have already seen it or heard it. Our Best Picture Blowout Part 1 is up. It will be on the site soon for you to click and listen to, but until then, you can easily go to Spreaker.com, find a Digital Daily Fix page, and it will be there under our Digital Daily Fix Variety Show. Part 1 is up. It is Argo, Beasts of the Southern Wild, and what is the...
Amor was the third movie.
Okay. For some reason, my brain kept saying Amor. So
I did that too, don't worry.
I didn't want to say it. That's why I just left it to you, because you would know. And we'll be recording the next part of that later this week. Tomorrow we will be doing the Digital Reload, and that will be our show discussing handhelds and mobile gaming, unless some other bit of news sidetracks us again, like the last time we tried to use this as a topic 2 weeks ago. So it may get overshadowed by PS4 news. I don't know. Tons of rumors about that. We'll discuss them. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here?
Well, I don't want to spoil the Best Picture Blowout, but I will say that in 2 hours and 37 minutes of Les Miserables, not one single flaky croissant.
Hey, I warned you.
You did. You did. I did not heed your warning.
Also, you need to start pronouncing it correctly. It's less miserable.
Less miserables? Yeah, I guess you're right.
Helmick, sit down and watch Here Comes the Boom so you can be as shocked as we were.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was telling me that movie was actually kind of good.
He sure did.
Wow. I just hope it's as good as The Haunted House and Movie 43.
Have you seen Movie 43?
I have not seen either one of those, but from everything that I have heard, I'm going to have to.
I do kind of want to see Movie 43 for the shittiness of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that these are worse than the Freeburg and Seltzer Adventures.
Hey, all I got to say is we'll discuss it off the air. The air. Anything else to promote before we get out of here?
Oh, yeah, that's what came out last month.
Nope.
Right.
I'll take that as a resounding no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next week for our Elimination Chamber special, this is the Chinlocks signing off. Good night, everybody.
adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush now. Adrenaline rush, adrenaline rush now.